Oh, hey, Orchid. Let's f***ing lose.
Welcome back to the undisclosed game room. Today I am not in my home game room. I am at a golf course fronted tiki bar side location for good reason, because I have added a new piece to my collection and I don't have the space to do the review in my own home game room right now. So for all intents and purposes, we will be doing it at this location, but rest assured the content is still going to be the content that you crave. We are talking about the Extreme Home Arcade's ultimate pedestal. Super stoked to do this review because I've never reviewed a pedestal before. A lot of the guts and things are very similar to what you would find in a Megacade, but in a pedestal form. But not only that, this is the ultimate pedestal. So I'm going to show you guys every single nook and cranny, everything you need to know about this pedestal to make an informed decision. You guys stay put. This is going to be a long one, and I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in and subbing and liking and sharing these videos. Thank you so much for that. Let's jump into it right now. Let's lose!
Of course, it's raining on the day that it gets delivered here. Nicely palleted though, super clean. New toy day just dropped off. EHA, man, they package these things like a son of a bitch. New ultimate pedestal from EHA, crated, good to go. You know, a couple little snags in the plastic here, but looks like they've gotten really serious with their packaging game. So, ship game on fleek. Let me get this thing set up and move it into its temporary location while I make arrangements in my game room. I'm not even at my house right now. Look at this. My man's literally building forts around a package. So under the main layer, you got this. I mean, this is keeping it safe, man. Well done. Very well packaged. So I got all of the frame off, and that looks like the TV stand that mounts in the back of it. Really starting to take shape here. If you guys do not have power drills, some DeWalt's, something, it's going to take you a long time to decase this thing, but we're going to just get it off the pallet in general. But this took me about 5 minutes. My personal favorite things about EHA is when you get one of their products, you literally get some free shipping blankets. I mean, it's the little things, little wins. I'll fold these dudes right up, going right in my inventory. Man, we're getting down to the core now, so tons of stuff to go through. I got packages for days. Everything is just, man, is it packaged good. It really is. I'm not seeing any issues. Everything looks nice and clean. Sub-spinal. Walk around the back here. Yeah, it's going to be fun to fire this bad boy up. And then, uh-oh, what we got there? GTA style Scantron 5 Kizzle. Yeah. All right, let me try and get this bad boy in the secret location. What do we have here? Scantron. Actually gave me a backup kick plate vinyl. I haven't seen that before, but why not? In case you booger something up. All right, fully unwrapped here. Everything looks killer, nice and clean. I don't see any damage. Look at that plate build, man. Eclipse buttons. This is where your active marquee is in here. Man, no, it's G to G. I'm gonna go ahead and get it inside now, but I just had to give you a look. Next thing we gotta do is take this control panel off, which is very easy. You just back out this screw and that screw. This has been done countless times. And then underneath you can see everything is very nicely labeled. You just disconnect these cables and you're gonna take those screws, that screw. I think there's 3 on each side. Look at that. Oh man. I wonder if that's standard for everybody or if I'm just getting the, I don't know, treatment. All right, guys, first things first. As you can see, packages on packages on packages. A lot of stuff comes with this machine, especially if you get it modded out in the Ferrari version like what I got. And we are going to go through these one by one, unpack, and see what came along with our machine after you get it lugged into your house, which was actually surprisingly easy. But let's dig into the goodies. All right, first things first. Very obvious package here. We have the mounting hardware for the TV. I don't really need to open this up. We're gonna get into this in a minute, so I'm gonna show you guys how to mount the TV. Package number one, I've already ripped the top. I don't really care. So what we got here, we got feet. We got little levelers, feet for your pedestal that you can go ahead and swap out or add on to the casters that are there. If you want to have it in a stationary position that doesn't scoot around, this is what you want to put on it. Got a couple of these little, I don't know, you wouldn't want to call these cotter pins. Couple of pins that you can put in the TV mount on the back of it. Matter of fact, let me go get that and show you guys what that looks like. All right, so here is your actual TV mount bracket itself. This goes back in there's two holes. I'll show you this on the back side of the machine. You slide this down in there, and these pins go through these little holes here to stop it from going down too low. You can tighten it on the back of the machine, so I'd probably use this and the hand tightener, the little screws. So yeah, there's this. Okay, next up, what do we have in bag number 3 here? Okay, so this actually looks like a bunch of diffused centers for the Eclipse RGB LED blinky buttons that I got. So I have black centers in mind. I wanted them Eclipse style. These appear to be the ones they use to replace that. Okay, we have, ooh, okay, this is the LED kit. These are the eye sensors for the Gun 4 IR, and we're going to be installing that on the TV as well, because you know I got that clock Gun 4 IR, so that's cool. All right, let's see what's next. It's like Christmas morning right now. Just getting a bunch of stuff. Ooh, look at this. Got the Xbox controllers, and I think we have a pair of them in here. We sure do. Yup, got a pair of trusty dusty Xbox One controllers. I mean, at least I think they're Xbox Ones. I don't know, I don't play Xbox, I don't care. But they work, so we're gonna set those up and do some gameage with these as well. Get into the next package. Oh, already trying to go to town. I mean, check it out. Got the Wiimote with a nunchuck. Go ahead and get this out. Ooh, what do we have here? Yep, we got the Dolphin Bar, so that's the sensor for your Wiimotes. Bada boom, bada bing. Got the Wii stuff. We're gonna keep this going right down the line. Okay, so we got some RGB remotes in here. I do have the LED RGB T-molding on my machine, which I'll show you more of in a little bit. And I believe there's 2 remotes here, so I'm assuming one is gonna be for the T-molding and one is probably gonna be for the center ring. I do have the LED center ring, or the RGB center ring on my machine. We got a remote here. This is gonna be for the active marquee on the machine. Okay, next. Oh, I think I know what this is. This is like, you know, when mom and dad hand you that gift on Christmas and you're like, oh man, I already know what this is. Oh, yes. So this is the Gun 4 IR. This is, it's a thing of beauty, man. It's got a little bit of weight to it. Yeah, got my gats, fool. Got the other Gun 4 IR. So here we go. I cannot wait to get these set up. Yeah, I have played on Gun 4 IR before, but it'll be nice to have the upgrade on my machine. All right, so these are actually a Namco light gun. You can see that on there. And it's got your little lens cover on the end of it. Take those off the end there. Both guns have that, but fantastic. We got one more box to get into, and that is this box right here. All right, what do we have in here? Okay, so we got the little Wiimote Mario Kart wheel. What is, oh my god, this is like the freaking Switch for the GAT. We got a full set of Wii stuff here. I'm not even a big Wii guy, but I'm gonna play some Wii games. We
Yeah, so we got 2 steering wheels, and then we got, I don't even know what you want to call these, like a rifle attachment. Listen, I know I'm gonna get roasted in the comments for that, but I literally don't care. I don't play Wii, so. But here we are, got all the Wii stuff. That is it as far as unboxing the extra stuff that came along with it. We're gonna go ahead and dive into the machine. I want to get some stuff mounted, set this up, and let's move on over there. So the first thing we're going to want to do is get this TV mounted. You have all the packaging, the bolts, the brackets, and things you need to mount the TV. I'm going to be mounting a 46-inch TV to this machine, just for the sake of this review. I have this 46-inch TV. I know you can mount much larger. I will give you the details on that once I get to the next part of this video. But yeah, you get the instruction manual. You'll see that some of the stuff has been open, but that's because some of it is pre-assembled, like this guy right here. And once we get these brackets on, we can go ahead and get the TV mounted on the machine. So let's give a look at how this works. So we got the brackets mounted. You can see that this guy fits right in there. You can take it right off. Got a couple mounted brackets there. Really simple. They supply plenty of bolts and stuff with these things so that you can put them in pretty much any TV, so that doesn't really need to be explained. But there is one other thing I need to show you real quick. Out of all this packaging, you're gonna wanna hang on to these guys because these are what is going to lock your TV onto the back of that mount once you have it on the machine. So dig these out of the packaging, hang on to that, and just pick whatever 4 bolts work for your TV, put the brackets on, and then use these last. So let's go ahead and get this TV put on the machine. Got the TV mounted, back side of the machine right here, and you can see that I got about a 4-inch gap. The pins are in, and that is preventing it from going any lower. I think I'm gonna bump it up to the next up because I want my monitor to sit more flush with the top of the machine. I don't really want a gap. That's just my personal preference. Here are these tension knobs here that you can twist on, and it'll basically just crimp shut around that pole and hold the TV in place, but it's not going anywhere. And here's these little clips that you put in to secure the bracket so the TV doesn't slide back and forth and whatnot, but it's super straightforward. We have her mounted, gonna keep moving along. Okay, finally, TV fully mounted, adjusted, height, everything I want. And we also have some HDMI here, which does come standard on the machine. When you open this up, see, you're gonna have, like right here, this is for the Wii, and then there's another one right here. It is labeled for your TV. And I actually plugged my TV into the power strip inside the cabinet. Don't worry guys, I'm gonna give you the big reveal and all the specs here, but I just giving you little tidbits along the way. This will shut the TV down when you turn the machine off. Worst case scenario, when you turn the machine on, you'll need the remote to turn your TV on. But other than that, we're good. I'm gonna go ahead and start mounting the Gun 4 IR optics, the infrared optics, and you can see right here, all I have to do is plug it into the USB on your TV. Here we have the actual, see, little cell phone camera trick. I'm sure a lot of you tech guys realize this, but you can see the lights are on, so it's detecting the infrared, and that's all we need. So we're gonna mount it top, bottom, right, and left, and then we'll be able to use the Gun 4 IR and start getting down into this. All right, so when you're putting the Gun 4 IR LEDs on, there's gonna be these little double-sided sticky gel pads. Typically, you'd want it to be like this and peeking over the edge of your TV. My TV is kind of beveled weirdly here, so I can't set it flat on the top. It's gotta go backside like so. So I'm gonna have it peeking over like that. You can see I already have one mounted right here. So it's gonna kind of look like that from the front, and the same from the top. You can see I have one on the other side already right here. So there's that. But just wanted to give you that tidbit while we move along here. I'm gonna wrap up the IR LEDs right quick. All right, so now that we have all of your LEDs set up, we're gonna go ahead and plug the guns in right here on the front. You're gonna have a USB and a little power supply plug there. So your guns will be good, and we're gonna go into the IR gun menu right here. It's on desktop. So if you exit out into your desktop by holding player 1 and tapping player 2 start, it'll exit you back out. You can use the menu to go back to desktop. And we're just gonna go over here and we're gonna open this up, double tap this like a mouse button here,
Open that up, and then we're going to go ahead and do the IR setup config. Double tap that. And then this is basically what we're going to use to calibrate the guns. Just got to do it one time and you're good. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. All right, so right here, this indicates that we are on player 1 gun right here. There's a little drop down menu. You can see it's detecting both guns. Let's just stick on player 1 gun. And then we're going to head over here to camera test. Again, left mouse button. And then check this box, delay tilt correct points. That's going to show you a little multicolored little diamond grid to show you that everything's there. We're going to start testing. So we are going to step back, and you can see that it is registering my gun 1 right there. So we're all good. That means it's reading the LED optics around the outside of the TV, so that's good. Let's go ahead and move to the next step. We're gonna hit stop, and then let's go back to the main screen. We're gonna go to start calibration down here in the right corner, and it's gonna say, do you wanna do that? You're gonna say yeah, and then, all right, so this is where you're gonna get a good look where you can see. You wanna make sure these LEDs are in line around your TV with this target, right? So same one on the bottom right there. You can see that one, that one. That means we are all set. I have already calibrated the gun, but all you are simply going to do is you are going to shoot the center of the target, and then it will move it to the top, bottom, left, and right. And once you shoot those spots, your gun is calibrated and you are good. Go ahead and just do that for both guns and then start playing. All right, gang, so the next item on the list for setup here is going to be the Dolphin Bar. This is actually the sensor for your Wiimotes. We're going to go ahead and mount this on the machine. It's one plug into the USB on the computer. Make sure you plug this in to the actual PC, not just to the USB on the back of your TV. And I'm going to show you where I'm going to mount it. Figured I'd at least show you unboxed. So here we are unboxed. There's a little mounting bracket here for it. But this is it. Super simple. One USB cable. You're good to go. It also does come with a couple little pieces of 3M for mounting. Found that in the box, and then actually we got a manual too, so that's good. Just wanted to make sure I'm showing you guys what you're gonna get with this. So moving along. Now when you get this thing plugged in and you're up and running, you're gonna wanna hit the sync button when you have your Wiimote on. It should sync your Wiimote to it. It's been a while since I've set one of these up, but they're very simple, and the instructions are indicating that you're going to have the mode button set to 4. So you just tap this mode button and it will set it to number 4, and that's going to be for the Wiimotes. Other settings include, you know, mouse and stuff like that. So we're not going to be using that. We're going to be using it for the Wii package. And then you're also going to see on the back, there is a switch here for top and bottom. That indicates where you are mounting it on your TV. Is it going to be on top of it or on the bottom? In my case, I can't do it on the top because I have the Gun 4 IR sensors up there. So I'm going to mount it on the bottom side, right on the top of the cabinet. But anyway, let's get into it. All right, Wii Bar, Dolphin Bar, fully installed, nice and clean. I just used 2 little tiny pieces of 3M that goes on the little foot areas because it's kind of straddling this screw head right there. But it is on there nice and tight. It is not going anywhere. Let's take a look at the back. And there you have it. So as soon as I plugged it in and turned it on, you see that mode, I don't know if you can tell here, but that blue light is on number 4, which is the mode that we need it to be on. And then you have your switch right here for top to bottom. So let's go ahead and switch that over. So we're good for bottom now, and that's where it's mounted under the TV. And then on the other side right here, I don't know how good you guys are seeing this stuff, but right in here, there's another little switch. This is your power button. So when you're not using this thing, I would highly advise reaching around the front and just reaching around there and clicking it off, mainly because it can tend to interfere with some of the other games that you're playing. It can just be weird, random stuff. So just shut it off if you're not using it. When you want to play Wii games, flick it on, you're good to go. But let's keep this moving along. One more thing I want to note about the Wii Bar is you're going to want to fish it down. This thing is pretty handy. The little lid pops off, fish all your cables down. And right here, you'll see this is the other side of the Wii cable. And there's already a USB cable hanging there, marked for the Wii. Everything in the cabinet is it's marked. It's got little stickers with indicators on what goes to what. Same when you take the control panel off, so it makes it a lot easier to get it set up. I'm gonna go ahead and do some cable management here real quick and button it up. Yes, much better. Okay, everything's nicely managed. And before, when I mentioned that I plugged my TV into one of the extra spots on the power strip, my TV actually does turn on when you turn the machine on automatically, and it powers down with it when you shut it off. So that is an added bonus. Perhaps you guys have a TV that does the same, but either way, you could always use like a big PC monitor or something too if you wanted to have that function, everything all on and off with one switch. But that was just a bonus. Last but certainly not least, guys, let's go ahead and get these Xbox One controllers synced up, which is the easiest thing to do out of everything all together. So let's walk around back. You're gonna see right here on the back of your computer, that is your Xbox One dongle there, and you just go ahead and press and hold that button and it will turn on, and that light will turn on and you're synced, and it's literally as simple as that. Can use these controllers for PS1, PS2, PS3, PC games, Technoparrot games, so on and so forth. But anyway, I think that pretty much wraps up the setup of all of this stuff. So let's get down to the gaming. All right, gang, it's time for the big reveal here. Here she is in all its glory, fully set up. I mean, let me do some explaining here. All right, so as you can see, I went with an overtly GTA 5, GTA 6 vibe, but I also threw in some of my own flavor. You'll see up here on the control panel, I have kind of a bloody zombie T-Rex, and then randomly we got Saberwolf over here. I'm keeping the lights a little dim because I really want to emphasize the RGB T-molding, the LED blinky buttons, and then here we go on the other side, we got Spinal, also in a GTA type of, you know, environment. We got some House of the Dead zombies in the background. So my main thing was, let's do that GTA artwork with a little bit of a spin on it. Let's have some Killer Instinct characters. I got Orchid on this side over here with some more House of the Dead folk in the background. And that's basically it. I wanted Killer Instinct, House of the Dead, GTA, maybe a little bit of JP in there, but I wanted some blood on him. And it really turned out killer. This is, like I said, it's a 46-inch TV, but I truly do not think that that is too small for this. Matter of fact, when you're standing up close to this, it's plenty of screen. You can put as big as an 80-inch TV on this thing. Let's go ahead and take a look around the back. Nicely buttoned up. You got your door on the back. Still got my key in the lock there. These are basically just a couple tethers that hang onto those pins. You could take them off if you wanted to. I'm just gonna leave them there. Nice cable management. Everything looks nice and clean. You can see a little bit of the cables for the Gun 4 IR mounts on the back side, but that's to be expected. Very clean, very happy, very solid build, very well done. EHA is doing a great job on these, in my personal opinion. The active marquee is killer, nice and bright, colorful. I don't know, man. The wow factor is there. So let's get down to some of the specs here and talk about what we have on this unit. But before we do, can I just take a moment to appreciate this? Look at the Scantron 5K. We got that neon ring kick plate. Come on, man. Look at that. Little bit of a twist on my logo, but I love it, man. I wanted to keep that overall GTA vibe. All right, first things first, those two little remotes, when I was unboxing everything, one is for your neon ring and one is for your RGB T-molding. Let's go ahead and run through that right quick. All right, so very simple stuff here. Simple remote. You can do solid colors or modes, whatever. You can make it faster or slower, but let's go ahead and change the mode a little bit there. You can see that that got a little bit busier. As you go through the modes, it basically just changes. Yeah, see, it just all sorts of shows you can do. I'm a fan of the default one that I had it on, which kind of slow cycles through everything. But green's pretty dope. See, you know what? You could just get sidetracked on this, man. You could spend all damn day doing this. But now that's killer too. I kind of like that bluish purple. Let's leave it like that for now. Let's talk about the RGB molding. Same thing. I don't want to spend too much time on this. But there you go. So you're watching it just kind of go through these color shows. Bigger, fatter color lines on this one, it looks like. This one's going a little bit faster. And this one is give you a seizure. And then what do we got here? A little bit more seizure, red, purple stuff going on. See, now that's killer too. The green, man, you cannot hate on the green. All right, let's keep going through some of this stuff. It just adds an element to your machine that cannot be argued with. You know what I mean? Like, I like the fact that when you're looking dead on it, it's not super bright in your face. And the cool part is when you're on the side, so it's not bright on the outside, but it looks nice because the edges of it illuminate underneath of the acrylic. And it does the same thing on the sides. There's just no acrylic on the sides. But yeah, anyway, just kind of cycling through these colors. I don't know, you really could look at that. Come on. All right, let's move on and cover some of the specs. All right, so one of the first things you're gonna notice is this is a full 4-player Scantron 5K button layout. Do not skimp on the Scantron 5K button layout. I have tried to say this. I'm a firm believer in this layout, and a lot of my homies would say the same. Keeps things nice and clean, but it is a 4-player. On my other Megacade, I only have 6 buttons on players 3 and 4. Here you can see it's all 4. And then we're also adding the pause and exit button. So a lot of people like to have that. I don't necessarily need it, but it's awesome to have this function. You can still hold player 1 and tap player 2 start to exit out of games, or you can pause by holding player 1 start and hitting up on the joystick. It used to be down, but either way, pause and exit right there. We don't really need to go too far into this. Let's talk about the shape of this playfield. Now you can see on the sides, this is what they call the battleship playfield. So we have the launch button right here, and then we have flipper buttons on each side. This is going to be your main flipper button, and this is used as your nudge button, what most people would call a MagnaSave button on a pinball table. This is actually used for a left and right nudge when you're playing virtual pinball. It's beautiful looking, and it turned out great. And I'm going to tell you why. Because, again, I'm going to lay an opinion on you here. If you take a look at normal battleship builds, underneath, what do you see? A squared off box right here. And typically, this control panel overlay follows suit. So when you're looking down, it's kinked off and it's got a big square edge on the front of it. Now, if you like that style, that's totally up to you. I'm not going to hate on it. I personally do not. So this is what I'm going to call the Scantron Battleship box. I had a buddy of mine, his name's Arcade Adam. If you don't sub to his channel, please go ahead and sub to his channel. He had this same problem. He had this same dilemma when he was having his machine built. What do? I want the battleship. I said, dude, simple. Have the nice rounded edge on top of that battleship box and make it look nice and sexy without having the big squared off indentation here. So that's what I did. He went and got it done. And I said, listen, when I get a battleship, that's the same thing I'm going to do. So it looks nice and clean from the top. It does not hinder your play. You can have your hand right here. It's not going to hinder your pinball play whatsoever. But that's that with the battleship. Let's keep on going here. Gonna notice that we have a spinner here. So I did go all in with pretty much every upgradable thing you can get. But you'll notice there is a nice open area here for the trackball hand travel. I like to play a lot of Golden Tee and bowling games, so I like to keep things out of the way. A lot of you guys are saying, hey man, where's the flight stick? Where's your Tron stick? I don't do that. You guys know that. I am not a flight stick guy. I think they end up taking up room on the control panel, but if you like that, go ahead and get it added. All right, let's go ahead and get a little light on in this room here and keep talking about this stuff. Let me give you guys some specs. Sorry, man, I just can't stop admiring the artwork in the build right now. I love it. So, okay, let's talk about the specs. First off, this machine is roughly 150 pounds fully assembled without the TV. The TV is going to be totally separate. As far as the base and the control panel, when they say fully assembled, that means the control panel mounted to the base of it. So 150 pounds altogether. When you take the control panel off, I can tell you it's not that heavy. I want to say maybe 50 pounds max, if that, maybe 40. I don't know. It was easy to carry in. The bottom part, you can dolly in through any standard size doorway. It was actually very easy for me to do as one person, whereas a Megacade is quite a bit bigger, bulkier, and heavier, and you need to have a couple guys to do it with you. So these specs are 48 inches wide, that's with the assembled control panel, 39 inches deep, and 45 inches high. So without the control panel, you're looking at just the base here. That is 31 inches wide, 29 inches deep, and 45 inches high. So there you have it, guys, on the specs. Let's go ahead and get this back door off, pop the hood, and show you guys what we're working with on the inside. All right, so back panel off. Let's go over what we're looking at in the back. Again, everything is labeled, so if you ever need to disconnect something, you can easily, route back to where it came from, plug it back in, yada yada. We have the 50 terabyte Omega system in here. So these are actually 3 16 terabyte hard drives, and then we have an extra 2 terabyte boot drive in the top for a total of 50. This does include expansion drive C. I'm actually not even 100% sure what is on expansion drive C, but that's where we're at. Tons of games, 80,000 plus, possibly 90,000 at this point. As far as the PC goes, this is an i7 CPU, and we also have the RTX 4060 GPU. Tons of horsepower under the hood, plenty of power for what we're doing here. This is going to be your subwoofer for the sound system right here, and the controls for that on the other underside of the front. Actually, I should show you guys that real quick. So those of you who are familiar with these machines, this is where your sound is going to be. This is underneath the front control panel here, so it's easy to turn the volume up and down. And then bass, we have that at max at all times. And then we got our 2 holsters here for our Gun 4 IRs, and we have them plugged in. So I'm going to show you the back side of this real quick. And here we are. So this is going to be your recoil power for your Player 1 gun, and this is for your RGB trim, which is your T-molding. Same thing, Player 2 side, there's your recoil power for that. And then, of course, the back side here, we see the speakers are mounted. That's what's facing you just underneath the front marquee. And then we have this beefy ass TV stand that is built into this mug. So realistically, if you didn't want to use this stand, you could go without having the TV on the top, and you could actually mount your TV on the wall. If you wanted to do a display like that, that's totally up to you, but this bad boy is meant to hang on to quite a large TV. And this right here is going to be the back side of our Translite there that has the Neon Scantron 5K kick plate. But that pretty much answers that for what's under the hood. If you guys have any additional questions, go ahead and reach out to David at Extreme Home Arcades. Other than that, one plug, one button, turn on, turn off, simple. You guys know the drill. You've seen a lot of my videos at this point. If you haven't, I highly encourage you to go back and watch a lot of the content on the Megacade. All right, we are pushed back up against the wall. It's probably worth noting that we have some nice little rubber. They're a really rough caster, like a durable caster, but they have like a thin rubber coating on them. I have them on my Megacade at home. They work really well. They don't seem to do anything to the floor, but we are buttoned back up against the wall. And before we get into this, I do need to let you guys know the base price of this machine starts at $4,750. So you do not have to get the whole creme de la creme kit and caboodle like I did, but I can tell you that if you do, the price tag is going to jump up significantly from $4,750 to just over $10,000. I will put the price list in here with the list of goodies that I have on my machine, but as a quick rundown, let me talk about them real quick. So the base price, like I said, is $4,750, and that does include if you want my Scantron 5K button layout. That is not an extra charge. The Battleship control box with the flipper and nudge and launch buttons, that is an add-on of $350. We have a $1,000 RGB molding, and that's for the T molding all around the cabinet and around the control panel. Let's see, the list goes on here. We have 2 Gun 4 IRs, which I've already gone over this stuff, but these are all upgrades, guys. The RGB lighted LED blinky buttons, that is also an upgrade. The neon ring is an upgrade. The 50 terabyte Omega system, I believe it's an upgrade to get to Omega right now, but I think you can start as small as maybe like, I don't know, 10 terabyte system. But now we're up to the 50 TB. So the spinner right here, that is an upgrade. And of course, the i7 CPU and the RTX 4060 graphics card, those are also upgrades. The base model will have enough horsepower to run what you want to play. But again, some of the PC games are getting a little demanding these days, so it might be in your best interest to go ahead and beef up the horsepower a little bit. And then of course we have the Wii package for 2 players, the Xbox One controllers for 2 players, and then we have the wireless transmitters and the RGB trackball. All of these things are add-ons. I'll post that price list. I just wanted to get that out there, get it in the open. And please, do not comment this video and bitch at me about what the price of this is. I don't set the prices. I like the product.
Oh, would you pay for that again?
I am just a consumer like you guys, and I like to make reviews on cool shit, but that is the price. So if you want the best, you got to pay for the best. And believe me, this cabinet is not a disappointment. Okay guys, top of the wheel, let's get into it. Let's take a look at the Omega 50 terabyte system. You're gonna land on Arcade Classics when you boot up the machine. You can also go into Launchbox and set it so that this is the first category always. The way the system is by default is it will show up on the last system that you were playing. But either way, let's go ahead and get through this menu. I'm gonna do this as quickly as possible. You guys have seen a lot of the reviews I've done on Omega over the last couple of years with my personal build on my Megacade. So this is the 50 terabyte system. Let's get through it. Of course, we got some Larson action going on in here with the adult. And I had to put the camera in wide angle so that you guys could catch the dope ass marquee down here and the upper screen. I know it doesn't make things feel as big as they are, but I'm telling you, this mug is huge. So wide angle there for that reason. Got your MAME Unplayed Casino. Favorite section, this is what I actually prefer to put in the very top of my wheel. So every time I boot my machine up, favorites is usually going to be at the very top, and it's going to be all of my saved favorite games. I've gone over how to save those games in previous videos. Got your shmups, got your Laserdisc, Clone Hero, which is kind of a big deal for a lot of people these days. Got your Daphne. I don't even know what this is. Daphne Singe? I don't even know, man. Singe 2, so this is new stuff to me. What do we got here? Light gun games? Okay, so we don't have a preview on this one. Got the Final Burn, got Homebrew MAME, Misfit MAME, Arcade Prototypes. I'm assuming this is going to be some sort of hacked stuff or prototypes that never made the cut. Raw Thrills. You know I got a sweet spot in this category for these games. I love Raw Thrills games. Thomas Wave, got Sega. Oh yeah, the Sega Hikaru. So I think there's a couple gems in here. Sega M2, Model 3, Naomi, Triforce, Neo Geo, Techno Parrot. Tons of awesome titles in Techno Parrot, guys. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, but in case you're looking at this video and contemplating a purchase for the first time, I kind of got to get a little redundant with it. Atari Classics, Atari Recharged. Again, not even sure what this is. Beat 'em ups. These are kind of like your categorized areas, right? So your Capcom, CPS 1, CPS 2, CPS 3, Cave. Got your Data East, whatever you guys friggin' call it. I don't care. Konami, Midway, so it's going to have all the Midway games there. All your Namcos, Namco System 32, Nintendo, what's this? Run and Gun, Sega Classics, STV, not even sure what that is. Now, here's your Sinden light gun category. Very important. If you're rocking with Sindens, this is the category that you want to be opening your light gun games from. Do not open this category if you have Gun 4 IRs like I do. The games are not going to play right. There's a category directly under it, IR light guns. This is the category that you guys are going to want to open when you want to play your light gun games if you are using aim tracks or Gun 4 IR. Again, rocking with Sindens, use the other category. We got more gun games here. I haven't even seen this category. This must be all gun games in one spot. I don't know. SNK, Neo Geo, Tato, Williams, Batman Collection, Golf Collection, right? So one of my nearest and dearest is in here. That's going to be the Golden Tee. So you're going to have Golden Tee from, I think they have it from 98 or 99 all the way up to Golden Tee Complete 2006. I will play some of that because I know there's a lot of Golden Tee fans and a lot of people like to play the golf games. You're not going to get anything newer than a Golden Tee 2006 on one of these machines unless you buy a Nighthawk machine with like a Golden Tee Live or a PGA, which I also have. Just to let you guys know, EHA has nothing to do with Incredible Technologies. This is your horror category, racing category, all your racing games, all your Buck Hunters, Castlevania Collection. What a horrible night for a curse. Got a little Black Dahlia Murder reference in there. Contra Collection. What do we got here? I don't even know what this is. Dark Stalkers, okay. Dragon Ball Z. Got your fighting category, flying, Guilty Gear, House of the Dead. These are all categories. Hydro Collection. So your games like Hydro Thunder and what's the other one, the newest one? Man, I'm totally drawing a blank, but I love it. H2 Overdrive. That's in there. Oh, so here is your Incredible Technologies Arcade Collection. Now, you're not necessarily going to have the proprietary games that, you know, you're going to catch a lawsuit for in here. These are older versions of, you know, games that they're considering in the arcade collection. So these are all basically IT-made games, right? Got your Shuffle Shot. This is a great party game, you guys. If you got 4 people, you want to play some shuffleboard, you use the trackball, this is a super fun game. So basically, I'm not going to spend much time in here. Your bags and your lawn darts, these are Wii games. So when you go in here, sync up your Wii controller, and you're going to use it to toss it like you're playing bowling on the Wii. So again, these are not the arcade versions of those games, or else that would be very not cool. All right, so we got World Class Bowling. These are great bowling games. Got your Buck Hunters. Okay, let me back out of here. That's the only one I'm going to go into because I wanted to make it clear that it's not necessarily the arcade collection that you guys might think it is, because that is about a $2,000 setup if you're going to add that to your cabinet and you got a Golden Tee machine. Ooh, Killer Instinct Collection. Love this one. King of Fighters, magazines. A lot of demand for the magazines. Mega Man, Metal Slug, Mortal Kombat. Listen, man, you guys know I got a special spot in my heart for this category. Punch Out. Jesus, Punch Out can just literally go straight to hell right now. I hate it. I like Mike Tyson's Punch Out, but you guys might find one of my live streams, I didn't have a very good night playing some stupid-ass Punch Out. All right, Resident Evil. Got the Shoot 'em Ups. Got the Simpsons Collection, so all the Simpsons games. Street Fighter, or Soul Calibur, Street Fighter, Tekken. The Cowabunga Collection for the Turtles. Arcade City, this is new, I don't even know what this is. Dead Rising, Mario Kart, PC games, Time Crisis Collection, Apple, PEDESTAL. Now we're starting to get into older home console games. Atari, your 2600, 5200, 7800, so on and so forth. Let's just get through here. ColecoVision, Commodore 64. Some of you old heads out there might really love having these categories. I don't really mess around with them that much. I was born in '80s, so I went through the arcade heyday when it had some of the dopest games, and that's just my opinion. Channel F, what's this? I don't even know what this is. Vectrex, Intellivision, got the Odyssey, Odyssey 2, Xbox, right? So there's some high demand for Xbox. We got Xbox 360, Xbox Live, PC Effects, Super Graphics, NEC, that's a TurboGrafx 16, TurboGrafx CD. All right, Nintendo 3D, 64 hacked. Some freaking Asian version of, okay, here we go. Nintendo 64 Japan. 64 DD, that stands for Double D's, Dirty Dogs. Nintendo Entertainment System. Nintendo hacked. Imports disc. What's this? Super Famicom. GameCube. Super Nintendo hacked. We got some Switch stuff on here. Virtual Boy, Nintendo Wii, WiiWare, Wii hacked, Wii U, Wii Yo, PC Engine Super, Philips, Pioneer, 32X, Sega CD, Dreamcast, Genesis hacked. Oh man, dude, listen, we are almost through this. We got Sega Saturn, PlayStation, PS2, PS3, Atari. Got the 3DS and Nintendo DS, Nintendo Game & Watch, Game Boy Advance, and then we got Advance Hack, Game Boy Color, Game Gear, Neo Geo Pocket, Pocket Color, PSP. That's a crispy category, man. I'm definitely down with the PSP. A lot of good games in there. Tiger, you'll never play a single one of these. I don't know, maybe you will. Wonder Swan, got the Color. Mugen, again, I don't care how you pronounce it. Open Bore, got the MS-DOS, PopCat, Scum, Mini, Android. So this is going to be like games that you would normally play on your phone. PC games, man, there's a lot of good PC games in here. Future Pinball, love me some Future Pinball. We got Pinball Arcade, Pinball Effects 2 and 3. I'm not really a big Pinball Effects guy, but is it your Zakaria? I don't even know how you want to say it. Zakaria. Again, I don't care. Visual Pinball. So this is the category you're going to want to hang out in the most if you're playing pinball. I'm probably going to start there with some gameage when we go through some of the games. Plex, Xbox Game Pass, Angry Video Game Nerds. Sit around and watch some of these. These are really fun to sit here and dig out on if you want to watch some video game nerd. For whatever reason, there's Miami Vice on here. I'm not going to complain because it fits the overall GTA vibe of this machine that I went with, and I'm actually super stoked with. Look at it. Oh, yeah. You know, it works, man. You got movies. Oh, yeah. Tons of documentaries. There's the Doc Mac right there. Talk about Galloping Ghost. And then customer requests. These are new games being added regularly. And what? Oh, this is the expansion C, Big Box Drive. And D. And then we got Epic Games, Fightcade. If you guys like playing something with no lag, like fighting your homeboy on Mortal Kombat 2 who lives across the country. That's a good one. Electric Jukebox, so I guess you can just play music, Netflix, log in, watch movies. That's not really what we're here for, though, is it? Got Steam. Everyone's got a Steam library these days. Vintage commercials. Take it or leave it. They're kind of fun to watch. Whatever. New games. I haven't seen this category before. I'm assuming any of the newest games that have been added are going to be in here. Retro TV ads, okay? And then this is a user guide, so you can go into this category, and I believe there's a couple of PDFs or something, quick start manual. But anyway, let's hit that exit button, go back to the main wheel, and then we are back at Arcade Classics. Let's fire up some pinball. I'm going to show you guys how this battleship setup works. Okay, let's start it out with some pinball. I'm going to show you guys some of this battleship box style stuff here with the launch button and the flippers.
Player 1, you're up.
Alright, so I got Batman 66 up and running. This is a very popular pin. I've played it on my virtual pin machine, but not on this. So you can see the flippers working just fine. And then we're going to hit the nudge button. Oh, it shot for me, so let's go ahead and play a little bit. Can't wait to hear people bitch about how I play pinball, but whatever. Come on. Shoot the ramp. Let's let it drain real quick so we can show you what it's like to go ahead and launch the ball. So this is the perks of the battleship box, guys. Alright, feed me a ball. There we go. So depending on what kind of pinball game you're playing, it's either tap it and it'll just launch it, like Jurassic Park has a launch button, a gun that's like a trigger, that'll launch it. Most of the time you gotta press and hold it and it'll pull it back and you'll see the plunger shoot forward. So Let me go ahead and back out of this one, and we're gonna go into something that has a plunger so you guys can take a look. Let's hit that exit button. Working like a charm.
Welcome to the Theater of Magic.
Okay guys, Theater of Magic. This is another great table. If you haven't played Theater of Magic, I would highly recommend. But this is gonna show you what the launch button does down here. So instead of just tapping it, we're gonna press and hold it back. When we let go, you're gonna see on the screen that it shoots the ball that way. Whoops, I gotta get used to having my flippers down here, man. It's actually a sweet feature. Okay, I should probably pay attention to the screen too. Let's go ahead and give us another shot. If you don't want to, I mean, if you don't play a ton of pinball, maybe it's not worth it for you to get the Battleship, but I mean, if you want a little bit more of an authentic feel when you're playing pinball, definitely I wouldn't skimp on it. Okay, cool. So listen, that was mainly just to show you guys this whole apparatus here, but let's go ahead and back out and we'll get into some more games. I don't want to spend too much time on pinball. Lots to cover here. All right, you know what? For the sake of the House of the Dead type theme I got going on here, let's start off some of the gun games real quick. Where to get these? Let's play a little House of the Dead 4 because it's fun and you get to hear the recoil, all that good stuff. I'm going to dual wield these bad boys for a minute, but it's only so long until I just want to go back to one gun, but go ahead and fire up player 2, get some volume on this bitch.
These are all the weapons I could find.
Now the cool thing is they actually rumble. They rumble when you're taking damage, and I'm pretty sure they rumble as well when you're out of ammo. That's that there. Nope. They rumble when you shoot off the screen though. Not a big fan of the dual wheel, but there we go. It's like for something with this ROM on this game that does that real quick. Oh, I got grenades. See, now that's the problem. You're dual wielding. How do you fire up those grenades without getting these buttons? Let's see if I can shoot one.
Reload. It's a PDA developed by Pinball.
I never paid attention to launcher fire. I just wanted to be peace. Clack, clack!
You have to make a path. Which way do we go? Sure you want to head down?
Obviously, if you want to do a single pulling on the triggers, you can do that too, but why would you? Because this is an automatic weapon game.
3 years ago?
Reload.
Let me go back down to one gun real quick here.
Feels like they're specifically hunting us down.
Reload.
Okay, you know what? Screw this game. Let's move on to something different. Want the exit button on this one. Alright, oldie but a goodie, man. I don't think I've ever reviewed Lethal Enforcers, the OG Lethal Enforcers. But let's get down on some of that real quick with some of these guns because I'm really liking this feedback I'm getting on it. We're gonna roll one player. The OG Lethal Enforcers. Alright. I don't know, man. Something about playing MAME that I just love, man. I don't have to have the newest of the new, but I like having it when I want to play it. Miss me, pig. Nope.
Help me! Don't shoot!
Don't shoot! Bitch. Yeah, I don't want to play this too long, man. I just trying to give you guys a little bit of what you can expect when you play something that's newer, something that's older. This is not an automatic, so you're going to be doing single pulls on the trigger there. So reloads with the thumb button. Alright, cool. That's gonna wrap it up. Let's move on to something different. Hang my guns back up in their little trusty dusty holders, and we'll move on to something else right quick. Alright guys, listen, we're gonna play some of this newer, it's All Elite AEW Wrestling. I'm not a big wrestling guy, but I know a lot of you guys are. We're also going to be using these Xbox One controllers, so you just push the button like I showed you before, synced up, good to go. So let's lose a little bit. Just booted the game, only took a second. Let's go to normal, don't know what I'm doing. And we're going to pick a guy. All right. Oh, is there a chick? Oh yeah, I got to pick the chick. You always pick the chick. Let's pick her. She looks like a freak. Alright, John Moxley. Okay. Yeah, you guys are probably going to roast me because I don't really know who any of these people are, and I don't watch wrestling, and I don't really care about it. So if you're trolling hard,
Lord knows I will be.
then chime in. Ooh, the native beast. Yeah, spit strings. That's awesome. I don't know, man. Sound off in the comments. You guys like wrestling games? I have never really been a fan of wrestling games, but I do like some of the older stuff, like WrestleFest. I'll play that once in a while. Stuff from like when I was a kid, I guess. But hey, didn't even really watch it then. I just played for the fun factor. Hey, look at me go. Nuts. We got a chick ref too. So this game is located on, it's Expansion Drive C. There's like a wheel for it. So when you're in the main wheel, I believe it's expansion. It just says Big Box Drive C. It's right up at the top. Oh yeah. Kick them in the nuts. Her mouth? Why is her mouth always open like that? Is her mouth always open like that? Is that weird? There you go. Put your knees into it, bitch. Yep.
Time for the finish.
Okay, alright, we get a finish. Your opponent perform a pin by, okay, left one, no, okay. Huh. I don't want to have the music up too loud either because this is using a lot of like legit artists' music that are out now. I'm sure YouTube would have a field day. Yeah, let's just keep doing whatever that is. Is there like, can you do like Bougie Mama through a coffee table, or is that not a thing anymore? Is that like backyard juggalo wrestling? You just stepped on his head and walked right over it. I love it. Am I supposed to mash buttons? Oh, come on, man. Two-hand fists. Oh, come on. There you go, yep. The boys gymnastics team will be encouraged. Oh, what's we got here? Press R to taunt. Oh, he's smacking a bitch. Can I get out of here? Can I jump out? No, apparently I can't. See what the ref's talking about. Alright, man, as soon as this is over, I'm going to bounce out into something else, man. I'm just trying to give you guys a little bit of a glimpse of what is on the machine, but there's too much to talk about. This video is mainly a review about the machine itself, the cabinet, the specs, the looks, the feel, what you can get. Alright, let's go ahead and call it right there. I'm going to move on to something else and keep this party going.
But does it have Ninja Turtles Wrath of the Mutants?
Yeah, bitch. You know it's got Wrath of the Mutants. Let's play it. And the way God intended it, right here on the control panel, alright? Actually, let's give Leo a run. Just played a little bit with Donatello, but I had to get my licks in before I started recording it. I wanted to see what it was all about. I actually haven't had a chance to play this game yet.
Pick up and throw objects at your opponent.
Okay, yeah. So the sounds, I will say, like a lot of the what stuff like that, it's pretty loud. Okay, so Don was loud as balls, kind of like a Liu Kang. I've kind of heard a little bit of back and forth on this game. I don't know how everybody feels about it. So far, feels like a Ninja Turtles game, man. I know.
It's all over but the falling down.
Ooh, yeah, all over. I like it. I mean, I'm not hating on it. So I should probably mention I'm playing on gold leaf buttons too. So these LED blinky Eclipse style buttons are gold leaf. So you're not going to hear any clicking and, you know, like I remember before I upgraded my Mega Cave to LED blinky, I had regular micro switches, and it just like if you had 4 people on it playing, it sounded like everyone was typing on the typewriter. But that's just arcade buttons for you. So whisper quiet on the buttons. Okay, we're ready. Ready in one.
It's go time.
If you can't tell, I'm a fan of the jump kicks. I should have pointed that out. Yeah, boy. So you can pick up this teddy bear, I guess. And that was anticlimactic. I don't know how I just got that. So I can see why having your feet levelers might be something that you want to put on it, because if you're getting into it, these casters roll the machine very easily, especially if you're on, like, you know, a smooth floor. I'm sure it's easy to roll on carpet too. But like if I'm yanking back and forth, you know, you'll move the cabinet. So just put the levelers down if that's you.
Got some pizza here.
We got some pizza.
Heads up.
I don't want to spend too much time on any one game just because, you know, there's a lot. Alright, so let's come out, let's check something else out while we're at it, man. But yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Wrath of the Mutants. Yo, listen, I came across this game and I had to play it because it's so ridiculous. Alex Jones NWO Wars. Alright, listen. It's just a game. Don't let anyone get bent out of shape here. I had to play this game, and it is ridiculous, but the play mechanics are actually pretty fun. Look at this.
Turn everyone into a gay frog.
Dr. Fugger trying to turn everyone into a gay frog.
That depletes your testosterone and turns you into a
So Alex Jones, oh my god, dude, guy's a freak. But let's see what the game has to offer. I was like, dude, I gotta play this for a second, dude. This is silly.
I'm here to see the Beatles. Stop torturing the puppets.
So the music's pretty good. A little metal, bloody.
The moon landing was a hoax.
The moon landing was a hoax.
Machine gun.
Oh my god. Yo, this is silly, but this is fun to play. Not gonna lie, man. I don't care what your opinion
The answer to
on the subject matter is. The game is fun. Oh my god.
The answer to 1984 is 1776.
Okay.
Machine gun.
This game, dude. They're just shooting rainbows outage everywhere. Come on. Alright. It was just a quick treat. I'm gonna back out of this and we'll get into something else real quick, man. I just had to. I could not help myself on this. Alright guys, listen, I want to give you a little close-up of the expansion drive wheels. So I did do a review on, I think it was the first expansion drive at least a year and a half ago or so, and that can be found in the customer requests wheel. So when you go in there, you're probably going to see a lot of familiar stuff. I did review this drive, so you can find that elsewhere on my channel. So let's go ahead and back out to the main wheel here. And so we're going to go into big box, if you'd see the expansion drive C. I'm pretty sure this includes drives B and C together. You'd have to ask David about that, but this is just a preview of what you're going to find on these expansion drives. So this is beyond what I've reviewed in here. Lots of stuff I have never heard of. Tram Simulator, so Transformers, Earthspark. I don't know what a lot of this stuff is, but there are some heavy hitters in here. I'm just going to kind of go through the menu a little bit. We're in the T's right now. There is a lot of content on these additional drives, so just get you some, right? I'm trying to see if I don't follow any of these titles. The Unknown, Unlucky 7. This looks freaking weird as hell. I'm down. Unnatural. Okay, there's some stuff that I kind of wanted to see if I could find it and show you, but whatever, guys. I'm just gonna get you through this wheel. Wait, what we got here? Walking Dead? Oh, that's okay. That's different than what I thought it was. Probably going to take a little bit to get through here. How about Watch Your Ass? I don't know if anyone's ever played that. Way of the Hunter. Way of the Hunter. Welcome to the Parade.
It was a beautiful afternoon.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here, man. So this is also the same wheel where you can find that. Oh, here we go. Here's some WWE 2K24 if you guys are down with stuff like that. I just played whatever the other wrestling game was. So you got stuff like this. I mean, it's constantly being added to. This is David's passion project here. So whatever's on the expansion drives, that's all him. So I would reach out to him to get the data on that, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so it looks like we're in A's, back in A's. It's quite a bit in here. The
apparently you can make requests too. So if you want to request a game that maybe it doesn't have, go ahead to hit him up and say, hey David, can you get this game, or can you... This looks kind of interesting. I like the horror factor. Horror. Ah, there's Alex Jones. That game is fun and weird.
The game also changes.
So, yeah, you guys get the gist of it, man. I don't even know if I should go, like, I think we might be looking at, like, over 1,000 games in here. So, that might take a minute. And then what we'll do here is we're going to back out, and then we'll bump down to Big Box D. So, I don't know how many games are in here, but let's go. You know what? Hold left and right on the joystick. That'll take you to the alphabet. Once you land on A, then you can start at letter A and just roll through it. Oh, that's some Larson land right there, whatever that stuff was. I think there might be a little less in the D drive, or the expansion D, so we'll see. We're already in the C's right now. Corpse Keeper, that sounds interesting. Oh, really? It's a little fighting game, Creepy Tale. That's cool. Crow Country, that's interesting looking too. No, it's not. Alright guys, so anyway, let me just whip through this wheel real quick. Sorry, it's gonna be fast. There's just, you know how these reviews go. There's too much. You can't really... Oh, I got a soft spot for this game too, guys. Come on now. A little Fast and the Furious, Tokyo Drift. Actually, that's just regular Fast and the Furious, it looks like. So, we're already in the G category here. Let's get you some. Harvest Hunt. Yeah, actually, I've been wanting to play this. Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and add that to the favorites. We're going to hit the coin button and then head on over here, joystick up, hit start on favorite, and now you have favorited that game, and we can back out. Right back where we left off. Injustice Arcade. Okay. Tons to go through, guys. Tons to go through. A lot of the MX vs. ATV stuff. That's cool. If you guys are into that, I'll get down from time to time. My Little Pony. Hey, maybe you got some kids. Or maybe you just like My Little Pony. Oh, yeah. God, there is some weirdo stuff out there. What is this? The funny thing is a lot of this stuff is customer requested stuff, so whatever you freaks are out there asking for, ye shall receive. Skater XL? Okay. Yep, too much to go through. Too much. Tyrone Souls. Yeah. Alright, so we're back where we started. I think we started in the V's before, so let's go ahead and back on out of here and see if we can wrap this review up soon. Alright guys, so caught dead cells when I was going through the expansion drive C category. I know there's a lot of people that really talk highly about this game, so I wanted to give it a quick rip. And let's play some Dead Cells. I'm just kind of going through and just doing whatever, you know? Oh, here we go. It's really that simple, huh? Okay. I don't know shit about this game. Fair warning. Never played it. You know what I like the most about the RGB T-molding too? Is that you can set the mood to whatever game you're playing. So if you got the remote nearby, and let's say you're playing Ninja Turtles, for example, you can have like a nice green flow going on around it, which is actually what I had it on when I was playing Turtles. But it still looks good for this too. I mean, you might just throw it on a color flow and let it rip, but other than that, and I am not reading a single word of this, so. Where do I go down? This is fun. Sound off in the comments. You guys like Dead Cells? Heard a lot of people talking about it. A lot of my gaming buddies. I'm not contrary to popular belief, I'm not a huge gamer. I'm just a big arcader, if that makes any sense. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I do drink a lot, so I get out of here. Clearly something I'm missing here. Gotta do something else to kill this guy! Oh, I know the trolls are screaming at the screen right now. Come on, dude. How do you not know what to do? Well, I could just lose. Body desecrated. That sounds about par for the course here. Let's see if I can give this one more run. That's legit. Okay, alright. No need to talk. Speaking of drinks, I should pour one right now while I'm waiting for this. Okay, we're good. I literally just go and don't pay attention to anything. Okay. I'll take the rusty tampon. Yeah, I like that so far. Let me guess, I get like 3 of them. Told you, I don't pay attention. I just like playing on a control deck. That's it. That's it. That's the big one. Out. Yeah, okay. Now how do we change? Do anything in here? Now, one could argue that playing on the control panel is what makes things like this difficult because you don't know what does what. But the more you play, the more you figure it out. Control panel's totally up to you if that's your thing. If you want to use Xbox controller or whatever, that's fine too. I don't care. Get some of that. If you pick it up, bitch. Yep, let's just waste some ammo while we're at it. That's good. Yep, waste some more, and that's just for good measure. Oh, I gotta buy this stuff. See ya!
which one's laid out for. Alright, well. I'm gonna have to get down on this on my own machine. Well, this is my own machine, but on my other machine that I actually have in the arcade right now, because alright. Let's call it a day on this one. Dead Cells. Alright gang, that's gonna wrap up this review of the Extreme Home Arcade's Ultimate Pedestal. Call David, tell him what you want, mod out that pedestal, make it the Ferrari that you want it to be. If you guys got any questions, comments, or concerns, please drop them in the comments below. I do my best to get back to everybody, you guys know that. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel through the years. I will continue to make more content as long as you guys continue to watch it. And if you guys have picked up any swag from my merch store, thank you. And if you haven't, please make sure you do so. It helps keep us going. It helps us keeping the flame alive to make these new videos. And quite frankly, we just don't make that much on YouTube. That's really the bottom line. So if you guys like what you see, I appreciate all the likes, subs, shares, all that stuff. And as always, I will see you on the next one. Let's win! It's let's lose, you dumb bitch.